podcast with your hosts, Jonathan, Tyler, and Shane.
Yay! Hey,
What's happening?
That's us. I'm back. It's been 2 weeks.
Dude, I know you haven't been here in a while. Tyler, too.
Are you guys okay? I feel like Tyler hasn't been on the show in over a month. It's been a long time.
I don't know. I mean, I know we all missed some time this year. Unfortunately, It is tough to make a 2.5 hour commitment every
week for 18 straight
for
weeks.
18 straight weeks. I mean, that's like what is that? That's like a third of the year.
A third of the year. Oh, I thought you were meaning the actual recording time. I'm like, we're not on here that much.
No, I don't mean that we record for the third of the year. I mean,
that's 18 weeks. I mean, the whole week would be a third of the year, not the actual podcast itself. But to make something and put it out 18 weeks in a row is I think that's pretty commendable that we were able to stick to it and make it happen every single week.
Yeah.
Against the odds. They weren't all great. I'm sorry about that one that we weren't on. Apologies. I shouldn't have expected Logan to be able to host a podcast having never done it before.
I feel like after last week, we could hand it off to Connor.
Yeah, he was great. I thought you did a fantastic job. I mean, you're already a good speaker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you were, it just comes naturally to you. So I'm not surprised, but still, I was like, all right, Jake's got this. And he's not a crazy psychopath like me.
I ran the show, dude. That was a great episode. People are saying that.
Who?
People are writing in and saying it was a great episode.
Really? Well, that's great.
They got insightful things to say, like our friend Austin, who.
So your friends from childhood?
He texted me and Connor and was like, it was like, I would be locked in. Me and Shannon would be locked in for this.
If you don't know what Jake's talking about, they want to do a couples only fantasy league where it's like 8 teams. The teams are run by the couple, but the draft is done by the women, which I think is a genius idea, especially if the women have no idea what they're doing.
But we all the guys have to watch.
They can't say anything. Are we allowed to well, I'm not in a relationship, but if I was, am I allowed to coach?
Oof, that was sad.
It's fine. It's fine. At the time, we got a whole, 8 months to find somebody to do this with me. So
I don't like this anymore. Move on. This is sad now.
It's not that sad. Can I get my cat to do it? Is that allowed? Human and cat fantasy league? Something?
Okay.
No.
So it would be great. It would be a ton of fun. I think Allie would kill it. I think there would be a lot of prep. I think there's some partners who would be wholly uninterested.
Oh yeah, and that would make it more fun. And they probably do better. Like the fact that Allie was able to make it to the semifinals, almost the championship in our Liga record this year. My mom beat the shit out of me in our family league and is in the championship against my stepfather.
I mean, that's not
what?
You're bad at fantasy.
Right. Okay. No. That's the lesson to be learned here. No, I'm just saying, it's a lot of luck to be had. Jake,
yeah.
Regardless of what you might think.
Dude, man. We'll talk it out later, but that matchup with Logan is so disappointing.
Yeah. Yeah. Tough times in fantasy.
But at least I got we'll talk about it later. At least I got a ship.
Not yet. You're in a ship.
Well, I'm in a ship, but yeah, that's what matters.
Yeah, that's what matters. Sadly, I have been eliminated in. This is the most leagues I've ever done, and I think the most leagues I have ever been eliminated in as a result. I am 7 out of 8 leagues I have been eliminated. That includes the kicker league.
Oh, it's gonna be such a nightmare when you finally win one.
I don't think so. It's gonna be such a fucking relief. What am I gonna gloat about? Finally got one. Like the stars finally aligned.
You're just gonna get so much mileage out of it.
Yeah, because I'm probably like, I have one, so you got to leave me alone now.
I really hope Logan doesn't win both. I can't take that.
Well, if Logan doesn't win both, that means you or Tyler get a ship.
If Logan, it could have been a me or Logan in both games.
Oh, you mean both? Like both?
Yeah.
You
well, Logan, no, because I would have beat Logan and and I would have been facing Tyler. But
yeah, I mean, we'll take a look at that matchup because I do want to kind of talk about who we think has the edge. Because both teams are so ridiculous, and that's why they've been at the top the entire year in our Dynasty League.
Hey, fuck off! I had more points scored.
Okay,
And
but
one
like
of them,
just come on. CeeDee Lamb, DK Metcalf, Michael Pittman. I mean, come on.
motherfucker, Christian McCaffrey. If Justin Jefferson's healthy the whole year, I got a different team.
Yeah, but you didn't. And he
Yeah,
wasn't.
that's the way it goes.
And there's the luck I'm talking about, sadly, that never falls in my favor unless it's a work league.
Right. Well, then it does because you're for some reason like this work league savant.
It's weird. What is up with that? Like it's no
Because you're only
don't
good when
trade.
everyone else sucks.
People are good in this league, dude. They played for years. I'm in this league with people who are in dynasty leagues, who do fantasy football, who do DraftKings. Like it's not the Petland league. This is the Chewy league. This is different. So, anyways, if you guys have made it this far, if you made it to week 17 of our season 5 of our podcast, we really appreciate it. Even especially if you're not a championship contention. You know, I think that means you're a very loyal listener, so we really appreciate it. I have nothing to give you other than a high five for making it this far with us, but much appreciative there. But we are those fantasy dudes. I'm Jonathan. This is Jake. Tyler's not here. He's going to be driving down here, however. The boys will be together. The boys are back.
The boys are back in town. We can do our water bets again.
We sure can. The water bets will happen on this trip. I don't know how many have been like resolved. Like I'm sure there's quite a few that we can actually.
We can look at them.
Yeah, we can. Let's do them after I do the introduction here, and then we can just go over. Okay, what water bets are we actually going to be able to possibly throw water in each other's faces for? But yeah, we're going to talk about NFL news. Brittany Mahomes, obviously, as always. Update you on Keeper and Dynasty, and do the last week or second to last week of survival football here. So. Yeah. All right. Yeah. If you want to follow us at Those Fantasy Dudes, Instagram and TikTok, you can follow us on all the various podcast platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Castbox, Reasoning, Radio Republic, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Bullhorn, Castro, Podchaser, Podcast Addict, Podbean, Podcast Guru, Podcast Republic, Podverse, and Spotify for Podcasters is our host platform. Back at it, baby. We're fucking back.
We're so back.
We're so back. If you want to support the show, click the link in our Instagram bio and give us money. All right. And with all that out of the way. Oh, I'm sorry, Jake. No. Take it away. What do we got? What do we got? I want to know what the water bets are.
Oh, all right. So we got a couple to run through here. Ridley is top 25 wide receiver. I won that. That's me and Tyler.
Oh, okay.
Pacheco within 3 spots of Mixon or Dobbins. Dobbins got a season-ending injury.
No, that's or. It's or.
No. It is not or.
No, Jake, I win that. I win that.
It would say both.
I think it goes either way, though. Like the wordage of that. No, it was either. I was saying one of them would be better than Pacheco.
No, you were saying that they would both be better than Pacheco.
No, I was not.
John.
Then I would have said both will be better. It's or.
No,
we've had this argument already.
No, it's
I'm telling
Pacheco's
you,
within 3 spots of Dobbins or Mixon. You said that both those guys were going to be better than Mixon.
That's not what it says, though.
Pacheco.
I'm being genuine right now. I'm not trying to say that I'm serious. I genuinely think that I meant.
I know you did.
Or.
Of course you did. Of course you did, because that's the one where that means you won it.
Yeah, because that's what I bet.
No,
that's what was the original
we'll see
bet.
What Tyler says. We'll have a deal breaker.
Well, we're gonna have Gabby and Allie also look at that and say, "What do you think John meant by this?" I think I won.
I wrote them. I feel like I would know better what I wrote.
That seems biased because you wrote them.
Well, I take my bad.
You could have changed the wordage at any time.
When have I ever? No. Well, then why wouldn't I have done that?
It's not a shared document. I don't know what you wrote.
Whatever. I'll make it shared this year. Brandon. Well, you definitely lost this one. Brandon Cooks, top 20 wide receiver.
God damn it! If he got the ball rolling like a few weeks earlier in the season, he really was starting to look good too.
Yeah. Okay. Darren Waller, target leader. The unfortunate part about that is
target leader. Oh, on the Giants. Okay.
Yeah, he was until he got the injury. He had like an 11 target game and a 7 target, and that offense was so shit that he would have been it.
Who's the target leader though? Probably Saquon, maybe.
Let me see.
Or who else has been? It's probably Saquon.
I don't know. Target leaders for.
Or even Google that. I don't know.
Darius Slayton. But he's only
that team sucks.
He's only got 66.
That's terrible. 66 targets.
Yes.
That's not even receptions. Correct. That is horrible. Okay. All right. So you lose that one to who? To Tyler?
Yeah. No, that's you. That's you and me.
I finally won one. Okay.
Yeah, you won that one.
We won one.
Miles Sanders higher than Kamara and Aaron Jones. You and Tyler. So
oh my God. That one did not age well at all.
Nope. Evan Ingram, top 10 tight end on the season. I very handedly won that one over Tyler. Dalvin Cook, more points than Zeke. Don't love that one.
You said that?
To Mac.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, me and Tyler will throw water in your face.
No. Mac's going to get that.
No, I will do it for him.
No, you won't. That's not a water bet with you. You don't get the satisfaction.
Next time you're together, you better make sure that happens. I'm going to remind him now that I know.
That's fine. Do it. Harris and Sanders outside the top 25. Harris who?
Probably Najee.
100%. Outside the top 25. That actually might have hit for Tyler.
Najee Harris and Sanders? Sanders definitely isn't. He's like fucking RB 60.
Yeah, Harris is RB 30, so that's bad news bears for you.
I was so locked in with Miles Sanders. That is so sad.
Pickens over Deontay Johnson for points on the season.
Deontay Johnson was hurt.
No, dude. Logan definitely won that one.
No, I don't think so, dude.
Maybe after you know what? You know what? Maybe after that week, that huge one he had.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull that up. I want to know.
See, Johnson has 122 fantasy points on the season, so almost certainly Pickens has more.
How do I? Oh.
Yeah, Pickens has 188. So you won that one over Logan.
Good.
So whenever you see Logan, Evans versus Jefferson. Tyler won that one, unfortunately, because Jefferson missed most of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers, top 12 on the season.
Fuck.
Tyler won that one over you. Bijan Robinson, 13 points in 1 week.
I won that.
Me and Tyler. No, you lost that.
No, it was week 1, and you got 20 points. You guys lost that. I remember. It was week 1, and I was celebrating because I beat you in that water bet right away. You said he would get under 13.
It says lost next to our names. You're right. Bijan Robinson, top 20 on the season.
He's definitely top 20. He's not top 12.
Bijan Robinson is RB 12.
Yep. He is top 12. Yeah.
I got one because the Brittany Mahomes segment ran long, one episode on September 27th specifically.
Okay.
Browns finished higher than the Pats.
That definitely happened.
That was a slam dunk on my part. And that the Colts will win a playoff game this year.
That's not going to happen.
No, didn't they make it? Aren't they going to make it? They're in the hunt at the very least.
Why would you bet on the Colts like that?
Jonathan Taylor was going to be healthy at that time.
NFL playoff picture. The Colts are 7th seed right now.
So that means that they could make a playoff game.
They would have to play
the Chiefs.
That's in the hunt. Hold on. Oh no, they're not in right now. Wait.
Okay, but they're in the hunt.
Oh no. Currently they have the 7th seed. If nothing changed, they would have to play the Dolphins. So
that's not great.
Yeah, no, wouldn't
that's not great.
And if or the Chiefs or the Jags, if for some reason they leapfrog to Miami, which I don't think they will.
Well, all right. And then we got Rashee Rice versus Dameon Pierce.
I think whoever had Rashee Rice won that one.
That would be me.
Yeah. Yep.
Versus you and Tyler. I don't remember making that one. We didn't make any late season bets.
We stopped. I think because we knew I just didn't want to lose anymore.
Yeah. You made some bad beats in that.
All season I made bad beats on everything.
What league are you counting that you're not eliminated in for your name, by the way? John's name is Jonathan, eliminated in 7 out of 8 leagues. What league is it?
The work league. I'm in my championship.
Man, that's fucking disappointing. You're talking about your work league on this podcast.
Dude, you got to take your wins where you have them. At the end of the day, some at least in my experience, a lot doesn't go your way in life and in fantasy football. So, and we will talk about this matchup because it's really all I have left to keep me going.
Yeah.
And I do want your advice because I have some tough start sit decisions. I have some tough matchups for my best players, and the guy I'm playing is a juggernaut. So, Anyways, I think, Jake, it's time for the Brittany Mahomes update.
Oh, fuck.
Brittany Mahomes update. Brittany Mahomes update.
You did so good last week. Why are you upset?
I did good because it was a favor for my friend that I care about.
Well, I'm here now.
You call me.
You only do it when I'm not in the picture?
You said, "Hey, I'm gonna need this from you," and I said, "You got it."
Well, that's a real friend right there, if you ask me. But something amazing happened this past week that I just wanted to share with everybody. Brittany Mahomes was, of course, at Gillette when I was at Gillette. And funny enough, the photo she took on the sidelines blew me away. I did not expect this. This was super unexpected. But Brittany Mahomes actually wore our merch. She got a custom jacket that says "Those Fantasy Dudes" embroidered right on there. Those Fantasy Dudes right on the sidelines.
That's such a bad Photoshop too.
Isn't that crazy, dude? And I don't know why
so
it's
bad.
highlighted.
The X is over her goddamn hair.
No, it's not. Just don't look at that. And like the best part is look at the caption. Representing my guys' best podcast ever.
Why did you make that?
What do you mean? I didn't make it. I found it. It's on her Instagram. And the Kansas City Current said crown, like we dropped our crown. Isn't that crazy? Because we're kings.
Oh, man, I hate this. This does not translate to the audio either.
And then
John photoshopped a fucking logo from our podcast onto poorly, I might add, onto a jacket that Brittany Mahomes wore to Gillette. Like the X and O in our logo. It's Photoshop. The X and O are over her fucking hair.
Yeah, no. It's because it was screen printed on and it was kind of falling off. Like they didn't do it was cold. So but the best part, works. I don't know if you've noticed it yet, but
that would make adhesive stick better.
We're in the shot.
What?
If you look up here. These are our seats. These are actually our seats. Not only did our section make it into her shot, but we're standing there too, which is insane. So
I guess technically you do now have a photo with Brittany Mahomes.
Yeah. I have a photo that Brittany Mahomes posted. Whether or not you believe this is Photoshop, that my
what the fuck? What do you mean whether or not I believe it? It's fucking
are in.
You're ridiculous.
Our seats are right there.
How much of this do I have to fucking listen to today?
All of it. What the fuck? All of it. Nothing's changed. Anyway, Brittany Mahomes.
You have.
Brittany Mahomes, as always. This being the championship week, Brittany Mahomes is our champion because she and obviously 15 of the Mahomies went to Children's Mercy Hospital and gave away some annual just presents. And
that's
what's
cool
so
that they had to make it about posting it on social media.
Does it really surprise you though?
No, not one bit. It's obviously they're going to do that, but like,
look at her. Oh, here, and I gave something to a child.
Here's my bag for you.
Here you go.
I'm absolved of all other wrongdoing.
Yep, that's Brittany.
I do not like her, man.
Look at her.
You know what's crazy? I also don't like Patrick Mahomes, but Patrick Mahomes is like my third least favorite Mahomes.
Yeah, and he sucks pretty bad.
That's what I'm saying. Like the dude sucks, and he's the third least favorite. And Brittany's not even my first least favorite. That's crazy.
Yeah, and she's
awful. Fucking rocks though. I said it on the last podcast.
The dad,
his dad, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Burrow's or not. I'm sorry.
Joe Burrow's dad's probably also very cool.
I don't know anything about Joe Burrow's dad, but Patrick Mahomes' dad's cool. A former MLB player, I believe. And when they beat the Bengals, I remember he came down to the field and he was like smoking on that Joe Burrow pack.
Mm-hmm.
And it was awesome.
Yeah. It's crazy that two really just awful things came out of that, man. Yeah, one inherently awful thing. One that's granted very good at sports, but also still just a pain in the ass to listen to.
I wonder if Jackson had any athletic talent.
I haven't seen it. And I do a lot of research on this fucking family.
Yeah, like a scary amount. If there's a Spotify, like if there's a Wrapped for like stalking, you'd be top 1% for Brittany Mahomes.
Oh yeah, like the amount of times somebody's gone to a certain profile on Instagram. I wonder if there's a way to track that because it's happened at least 18 times
The FBI is, that's
this
for
year.
sure.
I don't think that they are. Do they really care about
At
Brittany
least
Mahomes that
18
much?
times, motherfucker. You think? Yeah, way more than 18 times.
Once a week because we got to make the podcast.
More than that.
I don't go
dude.
on there. I think for any other reason.
That's bullshit. I caught you arguing on one of her fucking posts with somebody.
But yeah, okay. But the page was already open for the podcast, and I did it for the memes. Okay,
No, it wasn't for the memes. It was completely unrelated.
no,
You're just genuinely passionate about that argument.
you're not wrong.
Yeah,
You're not
I know
wrong.
I'm not. I know you.
Do you remember this Santa Claus from last year? It's the same fucking guy.
No, I don't remember the Santa Claus. Why the fuck would I remember that?
I think last year I made the argument that like, is he like a hired actor or something weird? And what's crazy is
Dude.
this is the very same Santa Claus. So like, who's to say? Oh, look at them. Who's to say that they didn't like tie him up in the basement for 364 days and then say, okay, it's time again.
I'm not doing this. See, it's this shit. Like I would be way more in on this if we did the episode that I did last week. Like where we honestly, like it's not what I want to do, but at least I'd be all about like, yeah, what do we think about this? What do we think about her interactions?
What do we think? I'm asking you. I gave you my opinion. Now I want yours.
Me whether or not I think they tied up Santa Claus in the fucking basement of their mansion.
It seems like maybe because like why?
No, not maybe.
I haven't seen this Santa Claus anywhere else. I've only seen him in pictures with Brittany Mahomes. So like what?
Okay.
What does he stand the game?
You talked about him last year. What do you mean he's standing the game? They probably paid him handsomely. Can we move on? Can we talk about fucking real fantasy football?
I mean, I don't really have much to talk about for fantasy football anymore. Since
I do. Great.
I figure we could spend more time on this.
No. You don't lose in the playoffs, and then we have to spend. I shouldn't get punished because you suck.
This is the championship. Brittany Mahomes. It's a Brittany Mahomes is our champion episode.
If you win a championship, can we cancel the Brittany Mahomes segment?
If I win one, we're doing an all Brittany Mahomes episode.
No, why? Why would that be the result?
Because fuck you. That's why. No, we can move on from this episode or from this part of the show. Everybody, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, Jake. But I'm just want you.
No, I want a commitment from you. I want a commitment.
I won't do that.
If you win a championship, can we please cancel the segment?
No, absolutely not. No, you have to give me another segment to replace it that I like more, and that's going to be hard.
How about the Lamar Jackson update?
If you want to do a Lamar Jackson update, I'd be more than happy to allow that.
Instead of Brittany Mahomes update?
We'll alternate weeks.
No.
NFL news and injury updates.
Okay, lots of news, lots of injuries, lots of quarterbacks getting replaced because their teams are no longer in contention. Great job on the news last week, by the way, Jake. Really appreciate you and Connor.
I thought I did a pretty good job. I did a good job with the whole show. We can just leave it at that.
It was fantastic. I had no complaints whatsoever. I enjoyed listening to it. It was good background noise in the car. But 3 teams have replaced their QBs going into this week. Some due to injury, some due to bad play, some due to who gives a fuck. It was the Commanders starting Jacoby Brissett this week over. Was it Heineke? No, not even Heineke. Heineke's on the Falcons now.
Sam Howell.
Oh,
come on.
Right.
You rostered the man.
I did, and I traded for him and traded away Josh Allen. Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm fucking.
You're a goddamn. That league bothered the shit out of me, dude. I should not have lost in that league this week. Goddamn, James Cook.
Don't even fucking get me started on.
You made a dog shit trade
possible, but I didn't deserve to eat the onion for it. I was in 3rd place.
You kind of do.
I am last place. I have to now.
So wait, do you have to eat the onion?
I lost. I lost. Done.
Man.
After 3rd place, 2nd most points scored in the league. Does a trade. 12th place. Onion. It's beyond me. Like I'm done. I'm done with the trade itch. I'm rolling with my guys. I'm fucking done.
Well,
I'm not trying to make a perfect team anymore. I don't care.
There's no Jeff Hoke to. Damn it! I said his name.
It is
when there's no Jeff to rob and steal from.
Have you guys ever had a friend? I'm talking to the listeners now that you just say their last name because that's just how you.
Well, we used to be able to cut it out.
Well, we can't now.
We can't cut it out now. So if Jeff gets doxxed, that's
Jeff, if you are listening, I will definitely be sending you multiple trades next year.
Jeff's social security number is also 036-180113. So
You need 2 more numbers. No,
that's correct.
8.
It's what do you mean? It goes 3,
9
2, 4.
9 numbers.
It's 3, 2, 4.
3
digits, 2 digits, 4 digits.
Oh yeah. What's your last 4?
What the fuck would I tell you that? I know yours though.
You do, and that's what's scary.
I do actually know the last one.
You actually do, because I'm an actual
I
idiot.
could steal your fucking identity tomorrow.
You could. You think that the Steelers are right to be sticking with Mason Rudolph going forward,
I mean, it can't be any worse than Kenny Pickett
or Mitch Trubisky?
Honestly, they should have signed Joe Flacco at the beginning of the season.
A lot of teams should have signed Joe Flacco at the beginning of the season.
Oh, can you imagine, dude? Can you imagine if after Kirk got hurt, they signed Joe Flacco?
Dude, imagine if the Jets got Joe Flacco. Like, they would have been great. If they
had him, they had the man in the building.
They've had him on the team twice, and they let him go. And he was good for them last year. And I don't get. It's like a pride thing. Like, we know we fucked up, but we're gonna run it through with Zach.
It's going to be bad news if the Ravens have to face the Browns with Joe Flacco starting.
There's a huge possibility of that happening.
It's a very big possibility of that happening.
If the Browns, if they win their first playoff game, they're more than likely probably play the Ravens.
Yeah, at least it'd be at home at the Ravens Stadium.
I mean, I'm not scared that the Ravens lose that game. I'm just excited for that matchup if it does happen.
A lot of bad blood on that one.
Yeah.
I think he's the only quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl and then not start for the team the next year, right?
Nick Foles. But he wasn't like the starting QB going.
No, but like he was the starter that year.
He was, and he was many years leading up to that.
Yeah. Who was the transition from who was in between Flacco and Lamar?
Some scrubs. I don't know. Was it like Troy? Oh gosh, I kind of want to know now. Somebody who did not last long, clearly. Was it like?
They traded him.
Boyle, what's his name? Ravens QB list. I gotta know. Okay, 2000, and he got replaced in 20. No, it was just Joe Lamar.
Yeah,
Lamar was his backup, and then Lamar took it over. RG3 was there, and then here we are with Tyler Huntley. Okay. Huh. Yeah, because I think I remember that year where Lamar started like the last couple games, like maybe the Ravens were out of contention, and then you saw kind of flashes of what he could be.
That was my first year of fantasy, and then the next year I drafted Lamar Jackson in like the 15th.
Insane.
That was it. Didn't give a shit about football before that year.
Nope. And now it's all you think about. And I love that.
Oh, man, it takes up so much of my life.
It does. Are you offhandedly, are you a little bit excited to be done with it for a little while? Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
It takes up so much of our life and stress.
Fucking Monday night, Sunday night, Thursday night, and then like I'm at Christmas. Like, man, I really hope I win.
I'm at the game. I couldn't even enjoy the Patriots game I was at with my stepfather. We hadn't gone since we went to a game in Miami, but previously to that, the last game we went to together was the Super Bowl in Atlanta. And I was stressing the whole time, and I was like, "Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me?"
That's why I love early season, dude. That's why I love early season.
Yeah, you don't have to care as much. This was
like early season. You're like gassed up on your team, and then like by week 5, you're like, "I want to fucking die." Why did
I know? But why do we do this to ourselves?
Yeah. Well,
here we are on a podcast talking about fantasy.
What are you gonna do?
TJ Hawkinson. This is pretty.
Ooh, that one's
sad.
Tough because there's a lot of teams that made playoffs that have him.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of teams that lost last week because they had him due to this injury. Torn ACL and MCL. You hate to see this, like especially at the week 16, you tear those ligaments. You're not coming back till halfway through the season next year.
Oh yeah, I mean he's toast next year. There's no way. I mean.
Do you draft him in like the 10th round and keep him on your IR the whole season until he comes back?
No.
What's crazy is like I think for the first time since I've started playing fantasy is there's like genuinely good options at tight end. Like there's more than 3 guys that I'm confident starting every week.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
especially
like
with McBride coming out. I mean, there's been a real good crowd, and it's only going to get better too because Brock Bowers is, I mean, a generational talent at tight end. That's what every prospect, everybody who's looking at him is saying. So
it really just comes down to like, does the QB target the tight end position, and is the QB good in any way, shape, or form? Because you could have a pretty good tight end on your team and it will not translate. Like look at Michael
I mean,
Meyer and Kyle Pitts.
would you call the Arizona offense good right now? Because Trey McBride has been eating.
I think he's been eating it, and I think that he's just a very reliable target for the quarterback position. Like they go right to him because he's reliable.
Yeah,
To the
Kyler
other
Murray
targets
likes
on
throwing
that
to the
team.
tight end too. So
that's the only exception, because like that's the one exception where I'm like, why is he the outlier for a tight end on a bad team getting targeted? They just like him. He's a good target. He's reliable. Catches the ball every time. So, but yeah, it's just good to see more tight ends getting the work that they need to be relevant in fantasy.
Hell yeah.
Reminder, Stevenson, IR. I mean, that's not a surprise. I thought he was already on the IR. He's done for the next 2 games. DTR, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, placed on the IR, season-ending hip injury. I actually was okay with this. I mean, I'm not okay that he's hurt, but I had Flacco going in my work league and I wanted to win. He had a great game. They were up by like 20 points, and then they put in DTR because they were just sitting him. And then he gets hurt and they put Flacco back in the game and he gets more fantasy points. So
that's really neat of you, John.
Yeah, no, I was,
You're glad this young man is hurt.
Small wins for me.
So you can get more fantasy points.
There's actually money on the line with this league. I have won money already because I'm in second place, or I could get second place.
It was nice to know that all my major leagues dues are paid because I at least am getting second in the league record.
Yeah, and I've said this before, but I don't care about the money. I just want to get a ship. The money is just a bonus on top of that.
It is also nice to know that you guys can't talk shit about the league record.
I can. You won't even recognize my own championship in that league.
Yeah, because you won when it was like an 8-man league, and there were
never an 8-man league. No, it was 10-man. It was a 10-man.
It was 10-man. Yeah, it was 10-man with a bunch of dudes who didn't even know about drafting by value.
Still a championship. Championship is a championship. It was the league of record.
You did well. I guess actually, you know what? You were bad. You were worse at fantasy football back then. You just probably watched most.
It's awful.
Yeah,
I thought I knew what I was doing. And I still.
You were really drafting by like, he's got that dog in him. That was like most of your strategy.
I remember in 2018, I drafted Carson Wentz as my QB, thinking that was a good idea. And he probably could have sat on waivers the whole season and nobody would have picked him up.
Yeah, you shouldn't draft a guy like that.
Yeah,
unless you draft him like 15th.
Yeah, I probably got him in like the 10th round or something like that.
Yeah, it's crazy how strategy's changing now, though. Like after last season, you've gotten way more ROI on drafting good wide receivers. Although Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase were tough this year, and Diggs wasn't amazing, but last year it was incredible that way. And really, I mean, the only first round picks you got paid back on were
CeeDee Lamb,
Christian McCaffrey, CeeDee Lamb.
Dude, you're like you said, Jamar Chase, Diggs, Jefferson, Cooper Kupp, also terrible. You drafted him, but you only had 103.
No, you didn't.
He was a first round pick.
No.
Yeah, he was.
Like 3-4 this year.
Did he? Oh, because he was injured. If he wasn't injured, he would have been in the first round.
I'll tell you who's going to be a 1-2 next year is Puka.
In the first round?
Yeah.
There's no way.
He's going to break he's going to have the best rookie wide receiver season of all time.
There's no way in hell I would draft him in the first round.
He's going to break the record in less games.
That's great. I mean, I there's no way, dude. An undrafted to the first round? Absolutely not. You can draft him in the first round. Go ahead. That's fine.
I don't think I'm going to be able to. Whoever has him is definitely going to keep him in the keeper league. And then he's already snatched up in Dynasty. And
I think he's on Trevor's team, who we might kick him. So who knows?
Yeah,
who knows who's going to inherit Puka Nacua. Jalen Waddle going to miss the rest of the regular season with a high ankle sprain. Not great for Logan, but he's still got a pretty insane team behind Jalen Waddle. And Waddle was not the reason he got to the championship. So
I mean, is it actually that bad for Logan? Because I feel like I mean,
Probably better. You got
Hill was
Tyreek.
already the guy, but it's like now it's definitely Tyreek. It's not going to. I mean,
Yeah,
Braxton Berrios,
Chosen Anderson.
Chosen.
It says Chosen on the back of his jersey. It's so ironic because he's not. He just, he's like the 5th wide receiver on that team. If everyone else gets hurt, he might get a catch.
John, that man already has more money than you'll ever make in your life.
It's not all about money.
It is.
Okay, maybe. Jalen Hurts has 15 rushing touchdowns on this season, the most by any QB in a single season. How do you feel about that? What's your opinion?
I think it's so dumb.
I think 9 of those are 1-yard rushes. And then there was like a few that are 2, and then 1 that was like 10 or 15 yards. So the question is like, how do you can't, it's still a rushing touchdown. He rushed the ball in.
I think it's so dumb, man. I don't know. It's just like, I get it. Yeah, it's great for fantasy. We're a fantasy podcast. And ultimately, I mean, it is, if I was playing real NFL football, it's something I totally stand behind my team doing because it's legal and it wins. But I don't know. It's a bummer because it sucks. Nobody it just sucks. Like the highlight reel sucks, and I don't know.
I like it because it keeps.
You don't like watching that, dude. You don't like watching them shove his ass into the fucking.
Are you kidding me?
You only do because you have him. That's the only reason you like it. And
of course, it's crazy to me that Tyler has complained because he doesn't like it, and he had the AJ Brown Jalen stack and then the league record, and he's complaining that he doesn't like it. That doesn't make sense to me. Like I am a Patriots fan at heart, but I'm an Eagles fan outside of that because of my Dynasty team. So and it's. The best thing about it is it's 4th and 1 anywhere on the field, and that drive is going to continue to go. It doesn't just stop in its tracks and punt the ball. You know what I mean? Like you're just getting more fantasy points out of it, regardless of the touchdowns. Like that's maybe make a different stat line for that. But the fact that they're able to stay on the field and keep the drive going every single time, 15 out of 16 times, it's like, I don't see the issue there. It makes football more exciting to watch. I don't want to watch punts the whole game. I
think it sucks.
Okay.
I mean, I just think it sucks.
All right. I mean, yeah, maybe we should add punters, and then we can get points for that because that'll happen way more often without the tush push.
We tried this year for the kicker league, and it didn't make sense.
I think the kicker league was a success.
I think it's stupid.
Jake, do you like anything?
Bro, I swear to fucking God, if Logan wins that one and the other 2, and then you two fucking circle jerk each other about how that matters more than me winning too.
It does.
I'm gonna kill you. No, it doesn't. The kicker league is dumb as fuck.
You thought it was a good idea. I'll find clips of you saying
I think it's fun. I think it's fun. That's what I'll say. I think it's fun, but it's a joke.
Obviously. But it's still a league.
But it doesn't matter.
No,
it doesn't matter more.
It doesn't matter more.
It matters the same.
But if he's able to win all 3, those are 3 of the major leagues that we're in with Logan.
The kicker league doesn't even have any money on it.
Who cares? We'll add money next year.
It doesn't matter. It's pointless. It's not a major win. I would be happy to welcome Logan into the club of people that have won both leagues.
Could it be like the 5-timers club on SNL where they all get a robe?
Yeah, well, me and Logan are just going to talk shit about you. We're going to be the in group and you're going to be the out group.
So I'm just going to be ostracized because I have 1 championship from 2015.
Yeah, 1 championship. You got a championship from when they wore fucking leather helmets and smoked cigs on the sidelines.
Fuck your own ass.
You've got the fucking Yankees championships, like the 1926 baseball shit.
A ship, man. A ship's a ship. And even though my ship has sailed, I think it's going to be coming back to the harbor at some point. Not this year. Maybe in the work league if I'm lucky. But
I'd like to see how many people you had on that team where you won that are still playing football.
Kirk Cousins. I won because of the you like that game. You like that?
Like that. Who else?
I can pull it up. You want to pull up the team? I'll find it.
No, it's not worth it right now. But I would like to know how many you got. Any idea? Like any other notable players?
I know I had Travis Kelce, but he was like on my bench because he wasn't a thing yet. Really, that's how long ago this was.
Yeah, I mean, come on. How are you going to say that? And one of the positions with the most longevity. You're talking about the guy who's top tier, and you're like, yeah, he was on my bench because he wasn't a thing yet. Guy's been tight end 1 for the last 8 years.
It's crazy. I'm pretty sure I had like Antonio. I'm pretty sure Antonio Gates was on my team.
I don't know a lot, but I know that dude is old as shit.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I'm trying to sign in, but it's being weird because it's on fucking Yahoo. But whatever.
All right, what's next?
We'll circle back to that at some point. Yeah, why don't we talk some matchups?
Talking
Matchups. Not a lot of matchups to be had for me, but Jake, you do have a matchup in the league of record, the championship matchup, in fact, going up against none other than Dr. Logan. So,
Yep.
what happened last week?
Well, this is huge. I mean, it's important to talk about. It was not a great week for me. I started Brock Purdy, who threw 4 interceptions, which is absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And Pacheco, if he didn't get hurt, would have had a normal game. He was on his way there. But James Cook really screwed me. He got 5 points. But so it comes down to Monday night, Ravens versus San Francisco. I've got Brock Purdy, Brandon Ayuk. He's got Odell Beckham Jr. starting. Which I'd like to pat myself on the back for one of the greatest keepaways I've ever played. I saw Josh Jacobs isn't starting.
Wow.
Immediately
when did you pick him up?
The minute that news came out.
Oh, that's insane, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's on him. Honestly, with the amount of people he had on his roster that weren't starting, it's on him. Like, it really is on him for not rostering him to begin with.
That is huge, dude. I mean, you would have.
No, if I don't pick him up, I lose handedly too. Like, I lose by 11 points. So
yeah.
Wow. But it comes down to Monday night. I start Brandon Ayuk, Brock Purdy. He's got Odell Beckham Jr. Odell Beckham Jr. only gets 3 points. So now it's just on Brock Purdy and Ayuk to get what they need. Fourth quarter, so far away. I need 9 points from Brock, between Brock and Ayuk, and Brock was just looking terrible, man.
Brock gets benched.
And then Brock gets benched. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so fucked. And then out comes the man.
Sam Darnold, baby.
The man himself. He didn't see ghosts that night. What he saw was Brandon Ayuk for 3 more targets. Put me 1.68 over Brad, and I walked away with a ship. Or, well, not a ship. I'm sorry. A ticket.
A trip to the ship. You took a trip to the ship.
So I walked away with a trip to the ship.
You booked a ticket.
Last play was exactly the amount of points I needed to beat him.
That's crazy, dude.
It was a reception for 7 yards, and that was the exact amount of points I needed to beat him. I don't get that reception from Sam Darnold, I lose. So
insane.
When I know nobody got me, I know Sam Darnold got me.
Brutal for Brad, because look at Devontae Adams this week.
Absolutely brutal for Brad, man. Well, here's the thing.
Great team, great run.
The thing. I would have won if Devontae Adams has a remotely normal week. If he gets 13 points, I win in Dynasty and Brad wins here. It really came down to Devontae Adams.
You're right. It absolutely did. It's crazy because I think it was a defensive game for the Raiders. That's why they beat the Chiefs. But 1 reception for 4 yards for Devontae Adams. Are you kidding me?
6 targets.
That's insane.
Aiden O'Connell was just throwing shit.
I guess so.
But there's no one else I can complain about in my Dynasty matchup with Logan. Really, Tua put up 15 points against Dallas. It's really not much more I could have asked for from the guy. Obviously would have loved the 20-point game, but even that doesn't win it for me. Mostert really could have showed up more, but it's really Devontae Adams. Come on, 1.4 fucking points.
It's brutal.
But you know what? I'm just, I made my playoffs in every single league. And I said at the beginning, I was like, if I don't make 1 ship, that's what would disappoint me. At least I get 1 ship. I get the most out of the fantasy season. I get the shot at some money, shot at some bragging rights. And, if I win in the league of record, that means I've won it 3 out of the last 4 years.
Oh, I hate that so much.
Yeah, wouldn't that be god awful for you?
3 out of 4 years? Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
I didn't even make
and Jake, you would have been in it 4 out of 5 years.
Yeah.
You are in it 4 out of 5 years.
Yeah. I didn't make playoffs last year, but other than that,
Oh, okay. So, well, no, because you were
every other year I've been in the ship.
so
I didn't
4
make
out of
playoffs
6. You've been in it 4 out of 6,
or
including this
6.
year.
Dead last first year.
Yep. Won the
Playoffs
ship.
lost to Dane on some bullshit, which is crazy. I could be going for 4 out of 5 years, but lost to Dane on some bullshit. Won it. Didn't make playoffs. I'm in it this year.
It's crazy. You're kind of like the Patriots. You're kind of like the 20.
Some could say I'm a dynasty.
Not yet. We can't say that yet. You got to win another one, and you do have a good chance.
I mean, come on, 2 out of 6 is still pretty fucking good.
Still not a dynasty. That's not what you call a dynasty. It's not showing me the match for some reason.
I
but-
mean, look, all right. Right now, I'm the Kansas City Chiefs.
Sure, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Patrick Mahomes, and you are Jackson Mahomes.
Fuck off. That's don't put that evil on me. Really? That's terrible. All right. Tell me your team. Like, take a look at your team right now. What are you worried about? Isaiah Pacheco's not going to play.
Dude, against Logan. You don't think Pacheco's playing?
I don't. I mean, I gotta hold on. Let me pull
He got
up.
a concussion, injury to his shoulder.
I don't think he's gonna play, dude. Sidelined practice today. I mean, it's still Wednesday. He could still play.
My other problem becomes then who do I start?
I mean, James Cook is in there.
Yeah, James Cook's got a smash start. Zamir White, I'm gonna drop because
I'm not starting Jerome Ford. He's playing the Jets.
I'm not starting Jerome Ford against the Jets. I'm not doing that.
Probably Eckler, dude. I mean,
it's gotta be Eckler. I mean, he had a decent game this week.
You were contemplating starting him last week over Pacheco, I think, and they were pretty. Eckler,
even.
Pacheco got hurt, but
if Pacheco has a regular game, he's putting up 15.
Sure.
It's got to be. I mean, it's got to be Eckler. That's how New England beat the shit out of him, was they ran the ball. So
right. I mean,
Denver.
if Pacheco does play, he has Cincinnati, which is not a terrible matchup. So,
but I'll tell you one thing for sure: I am slam dunk starting Brock Purdy and Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah, against Washington. I mean,
yeah, they need, and Brock needs a get right game. He went out because he had a stinger and he had thrown 4 interceptions and the game was pretty much over. But Brock Purdy, it was doing so good, and then you go and play a real team, like a team you could meet in the Super Bowl.
He'll regroup.
They treat you like that. Oh man, you're doing one of two things. You're either out and you lost all your confidence, or you're like, fuck that, I'm gonna go back and be that guy. And I think that's what Brock's doing. I think we're gonna see some big cock Brock this week.
Oh, I would love that. Well, I'm a little worried about, and you were watching football at the time, is when Jimmy Garoppolo leads the 49ers to the Super Bowl against the Chiefs.
Yeah,
they were up by 10 in the fourth quarter, and they were looking good, and they find a way to lose. I really want Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk. If they could get a ring, they're so deserving. And that defense, Nick, dude,
I got bad news for you because it's the Ravens for me.
I understand
through.
I mean, Lamar also
I want Lamar.
one.
I want Lamar to have a ring so fucking bad.
I would love Brock.
And how great would it be? How great would it be for Zay Flowers to get a ring his rookie year after he's been looking so nice?
I don't care about that. Van Jefferson got a ring his rookie year.
Ugh.
Get the van. Get the van.
But I'm banking big on. I need CeeDee Lamb to be in just an absolute shootout against Detroit.
I hate that I gave him to you.
That's what I need. I need a game where he's getting 14, 15 targets. And very possible.
That's a good matchup for him, dude. They're going to be going to him all day long.
Detroit has got a bad offense or a bad defense, great offense. I mean, Aiden Hutchinson is great, but there's a lot of opportunity for that to be a shootout. Justin Jefferson, also need a good Justin Jefferson week, which is great because Green Bay's defense sucks, but their offense has been pretty hot. So, if those two guys can show up right now, it's going to be Jamar Chase, but he just missed another practice. Like, I'm playing Logan. It's got Jamar Chase. He just missed another practice. Aaron Jones could put up a limited practice. He did have a good week last week. But, Minnesota's a little bit tougher of a defense in Carolina, to say the least. And then Deebo Samuel, Limited on Wednesday. I don't see him missing any game time, but I need him to just not have one of those crazy 2-3 touchdown weeks. That's what I need. I need the touchdowns to go to Ayuk or to
Right.
George Kittle and not to Christian McCaffrey and
Deebo
Samuel. That's really the secret here. Or if they do, they need to be receiving touchdowns, so it takes a little bit of the top off, so that they're not as harsh on me.
You also need Joe Flacco to not do well against the Jets defense.
Bro, he's not starting Flacco. He's starting Derek Carr against Tampa Bay.
Oh, okay, I can see that.
Which, Derek Carr against Tampa Bay. There's been other offenses where you've been like, oh, it's a smash start. He's real. I don't know.
I'm kind of pissed because I have Joe Flacco and I put in a waiver claim in my work league for Derek Carr, and the guy who's in the third place matchup took Derek Carr from me. I was like, why? Why are you putting in a waiver claim for Derek Carr for third place right now? Are you fucking kidding me? I don't even know who it is. He works for my company. I don't. I'm gonna find him though. If I lose because of that, I'm gonna be like, you motherfucker. You really felt like you had to do that. Stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tyler
it's tough,
put in a
dude.
claim today for a third place matchup.
Well, there's still money at stake there, so I can understand that.
I gotta figure out. I don't know what Connor's matchup in Dynasty is gonna look like against me. The guy just lost.
Take a look at, yeah.
He just lost Hawkinson, so he's gonna be starting.
And Addison's probably not going to play either.
Yeah, no Addison. He's got Jared Goff or Kyler Murray, no Ramondre Stevenson. Brian Robinson was looking good, but he has been injured. So, I don't think he's starting. Realistically, he's probably starting Terry McLaurin against San Francisco, which...
Well, San Francisco, I think that's not a bad matchup for him. Look what Zay Flowers was able to do last week. I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't call Sam Howell Lamar Jackson.
It's also going to be not Sam Howell. It's going to be Jacoby Brissett. So
yeah, I definitely wouldn't call Jacoby Brissett Lamar Jackson. There was just some places where Lamar Jackson stepped up and extended their drive. Like with a different quarterback, they're done. They're toast.
Yeah.
And other good quarterbacks. Just Lamar. There's one specific run where it was just like that is why they're going to win that game.
For sure.
So I don't know. It's going to be a tough one for.
He's been hit hard with the injury bug. Oh my god.
My god, he's been getting killed. Cam Akers early season. You got TJ Hawkinson now. You got
Christian Kirk, Keaton Mitchell, Brian Robinson's hurt, Ramondre Stevenson, Kyler Murray.
Ramondre's a big blow to him because Ramondre was doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been tough. But you know what? I'll take a third place. I want whoever has my draft pick to have a worse draft pick. So
exactly. I like that. I like that mindset.
And I want $50.
$50 is not bad. I might not give it to you just out of spite, though.
$50. You're giving me 50 fucking bucks. I'm gonna be at your house. You're giving me $50, or I'm taking $50 worth of shit from your house.
Okay, I'd rather you take shit from my house.
I'm gonna take something anyway.
Okay, I'll see how long it takes for me to notice that it's missing.
I'm gonna start taking movies slowly from your house.
I have way too many. You probably should take some. Just don't take my 4Ks. I spend good money on those.
Yeah,
all right.
How's your fucking work league?
Here's the thing, Jake. I want you to help. Just help me out. You know what I mean? Like, give me something. You have no stakes here. Help me. Do your best to help me out with this, please.
I'm happy to help you. Let's see it.
Okay, I'm adding it here. I'm just gonna bring it up. So
how'd that Tank Bigsby pick go?
Oh, that was more of a meme because he was at like the agent, the supposed agent was at the Buffalo Wild Wings draft party. And so, yeah, that's kind of been the joke. But whatever. I'm in first place, 11-3 on the season. Come on. I won last week, mostly because this person kept Josh Jacobs in their lineup, and I picked up their only. Somebody else had Zamir White. Points. Right. Somebody else had Zamir White, and I picked up the only other person she could have started, which was Justice Hill, who got 8 points.
Well, she was down by 35, so.
Right. So we can thank Jahmyr Gibbs and Joe Flacco and Brandon Ayuk for that.
Yep.
But
okay, so let's see. What are your questions here? There's some obvious starts here. You're obviously starting Gibbs. You're obviously starting AJ Brown.
Right. Yeah. So Gibbs is in the lineup.
Also, an ESPN league. Gross.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
And I'm sorry, you have to go for ads. You have to ads to play ESPN league.
I gotta like reload it a few times.
Gross.
We're trying to do a fucking podcast here. Are you kidding me, ESPN?
Put that, dude. You gotta put these guys on notice. It's sleeper or nothing next year.
I tried before the season started, like, and he was like, "Oh, everybody is used to ESPN." I'm like, "That's stupid."
Yeah.
This is like a minute-long ad.
Let's just leave it how it is because nobody wants to learn anything
Oh
new. That's
my
better.
God.
John, stop reloading it. You could have been in now.
There it is. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, don't you hate how this is set up? It gives you like the check mark
terrible.
for who thinks it's dumb as fuck. So we've played twice this season, me and this guy. He beat me week 2. I beat him week 13, 165 to 162. Insane matchup.
Yep.
Whatever. Okay, let me just pull up my fucking team. This is not what I want to see.
Yeah. I don't really care about his team because there's nothing you can do there.
Here's what we're working with.
Ooh, the Saquon Barkley.
Tough matchups for my running backs. That's my main problem here.
But yeah, Raheem Mostert against Baltimore is not much better.
Yeah, so I have Joe Flacco against the best defense against QBs in the league, which is the Jets, and he's my only option.
Nobody else is on the waiver. Oh yeah, you told me that there's a bunch of.
The guy took Derek Carr, and the only other options are Will Levis.
No.
Is Easton Stick even available? Like,
No.
are you fucking kidding me?
Just even considering that is terrible.
Easton Stick and Jacoby Brissett and Jarrett Stidham are basically my options. So I think I roll with Flacco because he. I mean,
Easton Stick actually hasn't been terrible, and he does have a good matchup. But I'd rather start Joe Flacco.
Could you imagine trying to win a championship with Easton Stick?
I'd won a championship with Braxton Berrios.
Wow, imagine that. Yeah. So Alvin Kamara started me off with 8 points last week, so he's the only person that I feel like I would maybe switch out and put in.
Tampa Bay is a banged up defense. You got to leave in. Who did you put in instead of him?
I'd probably move Saquon up and then maybe put Raheem Mostert in the flex or something like that. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I honestly, looking at your roster, I feel like you've got Flacco, Gibbs, Kamara, Brown, Ayuk, Trey McBride, Barkley, Raiders D, and then Brandon Aubrey. Those guys don't matter, but
they do though. they
defense,
do.
Yeah, but
I don't want my defense to get nothing.
Yeah, sure, but I mean, they don't matter to the extent that like there's not much you can do because on a week to week it's tough to. I mean, I started Buffalo.
I also have Pittman down here in questionable. So if Pittman plays, I feel like I start him. If Pittman
plays, well, they're fighting for a playoff spot. So if Pittman plays, I'm probably starting Pittman, and Gardner
has
been playing good.
You bench Saquon, put Pittman in.
Oh, that's so tough. But against the Rams, man, I mean, you're really looking at Aaron Donald,
right?
So I mean, I don't know, and they're starting Tyrod Taylor.
It's either Michael Pittman. Trying to get out there and catch the ball before what's his name comes and sacks Gardner Minshew, Max Crosby, or Saquon being able to get through Aaron Donald. I mean,
I just don't know. That's tough. I mean, I'm probably going Pittman, honestly. Pittman's safer, but do you need a huge game to win? Does he have what is that? I mean,
dude.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
I mean, it's a championship. You need the best game possible. But
he's got Dak, Bijan, Rashad White, CeeDee Lamb, Chris Olave, Puka Nacua, Sam Laporta.
Yeah, I mean, some of those guys are blow. Some of those guys are blow up guys. They're big or they're nothing. So, yeah,
True.
I don't know. That's a tough one. I'm probably starting Pittman, but they're gonna establish the run now that Taylor's back. So,
It's
you can
really
kind of trust
call,
Tyrod Taylor a little bit more than Tommy DeVito, I guess, but
the veteran guy, yeah, maybe.
I don't know, man. That's ass. That's a terrible spot to be in.
Yeah, and I've won or lost so many matchups, like important playoff matchups, just due to a start-sit decision. Like it's happened.
Oh yeah, of course.
So many times over the years. I mean, if
it's
I
so
lose,
much easier to take when no matter what you did, you lose.
Yes,
or like
typically that Dynasty, doesn't happen for me.
In Dynasty, if I started DJ Chark over a couple people, then I would win. But it's like I'm never going to start DJ Chark in my in my semifinals over.
Those are the ones where you can't really beat yourself up over.
Devontae Adams.
Like, in what circumstance would I have done that? The same thing happened to me last year in the semifinals. I could have started like Leonard Fournette over I don't remember. It was like Derrick Henry or something. And there's just no way I was going to do whatever scenario that ended up being. It just wasn't going to happen. So.
Like Connor and I talked about last week to an extent. Like sometimes you have to make your shots. Like I called Pacheco over Eckler because it was like it's too good of a matchup. Pacheco's been hot. He's healthy. And I was right given, if Pacheco doesn't get injured, I'm right. But sometimes you gotta dance. You make it to the big dance. You gotta dance with the girl you came with.
That was my favorite line of the episode.
Yeah,
it's
a great line.
That was great. I know you didn't make it up, but it was good.
No, it's not. It's not original. But sometimes it's what you got to do.
So it is what it is. If you made it to a championship, congrats. Best of luck, unless you're going against me. And if you're going against Jake, he's my buddy. I like cheering for Jake, but not typically when it comes to fantasy football.
Well,
so
that's disappointing.
Yeah, sorry.
You care about me.
I care about you a lot.
Yeah, I know you do.
But I don't want you to win in fantasy.
You want me to win in any league that it doesn't matter to you.
Yeah.
Any league I can't talk shit to you about.
Yeah. Because you're literally coming down to visit, and we'll know if you win at that point. So it's like,
no, we won't.
We will while you're here.
We'll know by the time I leave.
Oh, that's even worse. Actually, no, because maybe you'll be stressing the whole time. That'd be good.
I might just check out. I might set my lineup and delete the app.
I'm gonna be paying attention and telling you about it though.
Oh God, you're a nightmare.
I know. I strive to be. But let's go into a segment that I missed out on and lost because of it. Survival football.
Survival football.
I appreciate you guys giving me teams trying to make me lose, even though I was already so far out of the picture that it didn't matter.
Come on, you wouldn't want anything else.
Yeah, but Jake, you fucked up. You gave yourself a team that you had already picked.
Oh shit! I thought I didn't.
So you gave yourself, and it kind of doesn't really work in your favor because you picked the Colts and they lost, and you had picked them in week 5 and they won. So what's the punishment there? I'm not really sure. Do you get an extra loss because of it? Because you fucked up.
I don't think I should get an extra loss.
I think you should. Because that would mean that you and Tyler would have a chance to tie, or would have a chance to beat you.
Ooh.
I think it's fair because the rules are you can't pick the same team twice. Regardless of the fact that they lost it for you, I think you should get an extra loss. And I think Tyler would agree.
Yeah. Whatever.
All right. We're getting an extra loss for Jake.
I've won it before, so it doesn't really matter.
You're 10-7. Tyler just has to get more wins with. Actually, no matter what, you tie, even if you get the next 2 in a row. But he would have less losses than you, so he would win.
Oh, bullshit.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Or you can just fight to the death or something when you're here.
Bro, I'll beat Tyler to death. I love Tyler.
I'll kill him.
I love Tyler, but I feel pretty confident. And that's not a knock against Tyler. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying I'll kill Tyler.
Right. Yeah, in a wrestling match, I'd probably put my money on you as well.
Yeah, I mean...
honestly, Tyler versus almost anybody, I would put my money on the other person.
Well, that's super mean.
Well, okay, well, name somebody, and I'd be like, okay.
His brother, Evan.
Probably going Evan, yeah.
Really? I'd go Tyler.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, what's the technique that they're using? I don't know their skill set.
What do you mean? I don't think either of them are proficient in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or anything.
I don't even know what I'm just assuming that maybe Evan.
Bro, I think that they're just like throwing punches at each other and grappling. I don't think there's any kind of technique here.
Any weapons involved, or is this just hand-to-hand combat?
No, it's wrestling. We don't want our friends to fight to the death. What are you talking about?
It's like, does Evan get like a hardcover book, like a Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone to hit him with?
What on earth are you talking about?
I don't know. Who do you think Tyler could beat realistically? A celebrity. Name one celebrity.
One celebrity. Peter Dinklage.
Now who's being mean?
Well, I think that was an easy win.
A chance. I think he has an outside.
That was an easy win. I mean, do you want me to really come up with like?
Name one that would be a surprise if Tyler won, but you think that he could pull it off.
Let me hold on.
Thinking like, oh man, I think he could take down like,
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Well, he's old.
Yeah,
Daniel Day-Lewis definitely knows some like crazy martial arts. Like he has had so much time to study crazy things in his life. He's such a method actor that he probably knows like how to be a ninja.
Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh, I could see that. I think he could take down Daniel Radcliffe. He's a frail human being.
I don't think he is actually. Now that I think about it, that one might be a tough fight for Tyler.
I think Tyler could take down like Jenna Ortega.
Yeah, that's a woman. So
Yeah, but have you seen her on Wednesday? She's very scary.
yeah, I guess I just think that Tyler could beat up a woman.
Yeah. That's not what Tyler's known for, by the way. We're just trying to think of crazy scenarios.
That's what
that we
John's
fantasize
known
about.
for.
No, Jake, God damn it. We've got almost a whole podcast without you saying something outlandish about me.
That's not outlandish. I'm just spitting facts, dude.
Okay. Thank you. Let's look at the
Yeah.
matchups this week. What do you got? You can't pick the Colts, Jake, as much as you love that team. No Colts.
Can I have the Colts again?
No, you cannot. That is the one thing I said you couldn't do.
Okay.
Although probably, I don't know if I'd want to pick the Colts this week. It's kind of a 50-50 for me.
Let me
Colts
pick the.
Raiders.
How about that's my punishment? I have to pick the Colts for the next 2 games.
Who are they playing next week? Let's see if I like that. They're probably playing like the Titans or something. The Texans. No, I don't want to allow that.
Boo.
No. You just have to hope Tyler loses at least one game, and then you could still win.
Have I picked the Browns?
Yes, week 9. You picked the Browns.
So tough at the end of the season here.
Getting down to it. You could pick the Panthers.
I picked the Chargers, yeah.
Chargers, yes, you picked them week 13.
Right, because I was going to the game. That was a win, but it was a sad win.
For me, I don't think you really cared who won the game that week. In reality.
No.
What about the Vikings? Have you picked the Vikings yet?
I have to pick the Vikings.
You have not. Vikings versus the Packers Sunday night.
A bad one. I'm sure I've got the Falcons and the Bears still on. Who do I think would win that one? Unfortunately, a team has to win.
Right. Almost definitely. I'm going Bears there.
Bears got a great defense.
That's what they're known for.
I picked the Bills, right?
Bills?
I don't think so.
You've not picked the Bills.
Bills locked in against the Pats.
Oh, come on.
No, don't worry. It'll be great juju for you. They'll fucking Pats will pull it through.
I mean, the Pats beat them earlier this year, so
yep.
Remember that? Crazy. Okay, who are we giving Tyler? Something mean? Or are we gonna be
nice?
Of
course something mean. What?
Has he picked the Cardinals yet this year? Oh, he has. We gave him the Cardinals and they lost. How about the Giants versus the Rams?
We
could do that.
I like that one.
Oh, he had the Giants last week because you gave him a team that was bad.
Yeah, we did do that actually.
Panthers versus Jags.
I don't feel like that's as smash of a matchup as I like.
No? Oh my god, if the Jags lost that would be devastating for them.
That's actually true. Yeah. Let's give him Panthers.
All right, Panthers for Tyler.
He hasn't picked him, right?
He has not, shockingly.
Okay.
And for me, with the Grim Reaper pick of the week.
Where's your drop? That shit is so loud.
I love it. I mean, I have it cranked all the way up to 100%.
Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah. Grim Reaper pick of the week. I think with Jake's punishment, I technically have the same amount of losses as him. So if I won both and he lost one, then I think we're tied. If you lose both, I could still beat you. So let's see. What do we got? Oops. Nope. Oh, have I picked the Bucks yet?
You're gonna pick the Bucks?
I already picked the Bucks. What's a really good team I haven't picked? Like the Raiders. I mean, they're not really a good team, but like
I don't know who else you haven't picked. Have you picked the Chiefs?
Have
you picked the Ravens?
Oh my god, I have picked the Ravens. I have not picked the Chiefs.
I mean, maybe this is their get right game. They need to keep winning. Like they
Dude,
can't
if they
now they're-
lose this week to fucking Jake Browning in the Bengals in
Jake
Kansas City,
Browning, dude. Oh,
I would
yeah,
hate
you
to
gotta
lose
pick
to a guy named Jake.
You would know what it's like, though.
I would, yeah, very much
familiar with
so.
that.
Okay, Jake with the Bills, Tyler with the Panthers, and me with the Chiefs going into week 17, baby.
Yes, sir.
Crazy. All right, Jake.
Crazy.
We made it through another podcast in the books. How you feeling? Week 17, championship.
I got one bit I want to ask you though. A couple days ago.
Please do.
A couple days ago, well, a couple weeks ago now. I told you there's a football player out there that looks like a celebrity.
Okay.
And I did not come up.
Is this your bit?
Well, I don't have a whole bit, but I did want to share this one because it is very true.
Do I need to put something on the screen?
I'm just gonna need you to Google. I really want it to be a surprise until you actually see the image, but I'm gonna need you to Google Najee Harris.
Okay.
And let me. You know what? Let me just send a link to the image.
Yeah. Send it on. Send it in the chat on here.
Yep.
Yep. Jake, I accidentally made this my background on Safari.
Well, I can't send a link in the chat, so
what?
Check it in Facebook.
Okay, hold on. We on Facebook.
So Najee Harris looks like Anne Hathaway.
What? What? Wait. Oh.
Zoom in on that picture. Zoom in on that.
Okay, hold on.
He looks just like her.
What the fuck? I see it. No, you know what? How do I?
It's the mouth, dude. It's the mouth right there, and the eyes and the eyebrows. She's got like manicured eyebrows, but his like the brow and all that is very, very similar.
Saw someone say Najee Harris looks like Anne Hathaway, and I haven't been the same since. You know what's funny is they almost have the same type of energy. Have you seen him in interviews where he's just like, "Man, that was crazy. This was the craziest game ever. I had such a good time." He's always like so happy, even though he is like the worst
man. Yeah,
he's a very bubbly guy. For the output that he does on that offense, he's a very happy guy.
Yeah, well,
considering he's bad. So
that's all I wanted to share with you is that is who I was thinking about, and
maybe they're long lost like ancestors or something.
They look so similar, don't they?
They really do. Wow. What if they start dating and that's the narrative for next year instead of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce?
Married, isn't she?
I don't know. Is Anne Hathaway married?
I don't fucking know.
Anne Hathaway married? Damn it. Adam Schulman since 2012.
Oh, good for them. 11
Actor
years.
and businessman. Well, yeah, he's a pretty handsome guy.
What has he been in? I've seen him before. Maybe.
Adam Schulman. Yeah, what is he? Is he an actor? Oh, IMDb. It's probably one of the producers or something. He doesn't do shit. He was in Ricky in the Flash, The Dukes of Hazzard, The Beginning, and The West Wing.
West Wing? What? The West Wing?
He was like an extra in The West Wing.
Okay. Good for him. All right. Well,
good for him for landing Anne Hathaway and technically Najee Harris.
That's true. Do you think he thinks about Najee?
Highly unlikely. Thank you so much, Jake, for sharing that with us and the listeners and the viewers. Yeah, if you guys made it this far, obviously really appreciate it. If you're in the championship, best of luck. It's gonna be at those fantasy dudes, and something to look forward to is next week we will have not only the results of who won the championship, if I won my work league, if Jake won the league of record, but we will also be doing, for the very first time, the Donovan People's Choice Awards.
Oh man, I'm so excited for the Donovan People's Choice Award. Can we wear suits?
Oh my god!
I'll dress up.
Rent a suit for this if you guys want.
I got champagne. I've been meaning to drink as well.
Holy shit! Okay. We can do. Can we? Okay. Yes.
Yeah, we're dressing up.
Okay.
We should not tell Tyler. He's not going to listen.
He
to this
just shows
episode.
up like normal Tyler, and we're
let's not tell him.
Okay. Deal. Deal. Fine.
But can we treat it? Can we treat it like
we're not dressed in tuxedos?
Tyler, where's your suit?
We talked about this.
We talked about wearing a suit,
dude. But that means we have to keep it a secret the whole time he's down here,
That's
and we
so
don't.
funny.
We don't somehow tell him.
That's so funny.
I'm gonna have trouble with that. You're gonna have to just force me not to say anything.
Yeah, that shouldn't be hard. That's so
Probably
funny.
not. Okay, well, look forward to that, and we will see you guys in our Week 18 episode.
Thanks for tuning in to Those Fantasy Dudes podcast. Make sure to tune in next week and follow us at Those Fantasy Dudes on Instagram.